Aquanauts, engineering our water future.
Every day in the UK, over 11 billion litres of wastewater from homes, schools and places of work are collected by 340,000 kilometres of sewers. After being treated at one of 9,000 sewage treatment works, it's discharged into our rivers and the sea. Without suitable treatment, wastewater would damage the environment, harm wildlife and create public health problems.
Hi, I'm Arno. I'm with the Aquanauts. We're wild about water and how to make sure there's enough for everyone who needs it, now and in years to come.
Activate Aquanauts.
We've been checking out how water gets to our taps, from the traditional water cycle to making fresh water from the sea. But what happens to the water once we've used it is also incredibly important. So it's time to investigate the murkier side of water. What happens when it swills down the sink or is flushed down the toilet? Over to you, Ephra.
Thanks, Arno. So water from washing up, the shower and washing machines, as well as what's flushed down the loo, is sometimes called wastewater.
Aquafact.
The term wastewater can make it sound like we don't need it. Another way to describe it is grey water. Not clean enough to drink, but still important.
Good point. So when we've finished with it, it drains into a giant network of underground sewers that takes it, and all the nasty stuff it contains, to sewage treatment works. Sewers also take away rain and surface water from our streets. Sewers are incredibly important and can get overloaded when there's a big storm. If there's too much water in the sewers, it might all get released into our rivers. Sewage treatment works are like huge biological factories, using technology and microorganisms to clean up wastewater through several cleaning and filtering processes. The first task is to remove any big objects that should never have gone down the drain in the first place. Things like wet wipes, cotton buds and nappies. Putting these in the toilet instead of the bin can cause blockages and cause a lot of mess. Remember, put them in the bin, not down the toilet. In large settlement tanks, solid stuff, mostly poo, but also sediment like grit that's been washed into the sewer, is separated from the water. Solids basically sink to the bottom to form a layer of horrible gunk called sludge, which is pumped away for further treatment. The water then goes through a series of filters, each removing more and more sediment before arriving in an aeration tank where air is pumped into the water to encourage microorganisms, basically teeny-weeny bacteria, to break down and eat some of the harmful stuff. The water is then passed through a final settlement tank where the bacteria sink to the bottom and create more sludge. And then, after one final filter through a bed of sand, the treated water is released back into the rivers.
Amazing! Thanks, Ephra. But what about the yucky sludge? Cole, where are you and what's happening?
I'm here on the farm. Sludge may be icky, but it's very useful. Most goes to farmers who use it to fertilise their crops. But we need to be careful. Sludge can still have nasty stuff like microplastics in it, which can be washed back into the rivers by rain if we're not careful. Sludge can also be used to create electricity.
So we're talking poo power? Wow!
Sludge from the treatment tanks goes through anaerobic digesters where it's heated up, encouraging bacteria to break down the waste, creating a biogas that can be burned to create heat and in turn electricity. An alternative process is to dry the sludge into blocks which are then burned to generate heat. And a great benefit of biogas is that it might be a big help in the change to renewable energy sources.
Given that treatment works already clean up the water, can it be clean enough to drink? That would create valuable drinkable water in water-short places, reduce waste, and probably be cheaper than desalinating seawater.
There are pioneering solutions to do just that. After wastewater has gone through the standard treatment process, the cleaned water can be put through further treatment before returning it to the water cycle. It first goes through microfiltration to remove the smallest particles, then is put under pressure to pass through a membrane which filters out undesirable components like bacteria, viruses and pharmaceuticals. And once it's been disinfected using special chemicals and strong UV light, it's ready to drink.
Amazing! So, as well as cleaning up our wastewater, we can produce renewable energy and also drinking water. That has to be great for environmental sustainability. And you can be an Aquanaut by doing simple things. Being super careful not to put anything down the toilet that shouldn't be there. Things like wet wipes or cotton buds. Or maybe think about a career in water technology.
Water workers!
There's a wide range of jobs across the water sector, and today's water worker is...
Water and sewage engineers. They design, construct, and maintain systems that treat and dispose of wastewater. They work to keep things safe for the environment and the public.
Cool! Now, stick with us. We're going to be helping you understand the challenges ahead and discover some of the cool engineering and careers that are helping solve the issues. We're also going to find out how we can all make a difference, with more tips on how you can become an Aquanaut and help engineer our water future. See you again next time when we explore some of our sewer nasties. Fatbergs. Aquanauts, created with support from the Royal Academy of Engineering and Cardiff University. If you'd like to find out more about engineering our water future, visit funkidslive.com/water.